How welcoming is it for you to walk in here, you see your jersey and pictures of you from that Final Four run? What does that feel like?
It feels even better now than it did when we played. When you play and you're really close to it, you sometimes take it for granted or just say, hey, this is what we worked for. But when you're away from the game and you're coaching kids that want to get to where you've been, you come back and you see the mark that it's left. It really sends chills down your spine, and it really gives you a sense of what you accomplished and what you're able to bring people.
Tell us about what it's been like to coach at Fairmont State, especially under Jared.
Working with Coach Calhoun's great. Him being here at West Virginia when I was here, it was very easy for us to get along. And I think that's really important that a staff and an office gets together. So he's great at allowing his assistants to grow and to learn as coaches. So I've definitely been able to flourish under that. And what was your other question?
Oh, well, that was pretty good.
What have you learned, I guess, as a coach in your first couple of seasons?
Everybody's different. When he coached us, he was great at knowing each person, knowing who he can push hard and who he had to kind of put an arm around. And, it's all about relationships. So really learning about your guys and figuring out how each guy ticks and something different in each guy that you can get out of.
What about a team that he just had the Sweet 16 run and all that? Have you gotten much opportunity to watch much of last season and the direction that this program's taking?
Yeah, I try to watch every game that I can, and I was actually in Columbus and Cleveland for the first and second round. And the one thing about this team was I really think they had a Hugs identity. Just like we did when we played, this team really bought into what Hugs was preaching. And I think our biggest strength when we played is we really kind of took on the personality of West Virginia, that blue-collar mentality, and I think the team did a great job of doing that this year. And when you're tied into West Virginia, you're playing for more than just yourself, for Hugs and for the people, I think you'll be more successful.
What about your latest acquisition, Chase Connor? Have you had the opportunity to talk to Huggins much about through his whole recruiting process?
No, I haven't talked with Coach Huggins at all. Actually, I talked to Coach Everhart a little bit about him, and we did our background information. And we're just very fortunate that Chase believes in us as coaches and believes in our program at Fairmont State. And we're happy to have him.
What do you think he brings to the table with your team?
Just being able to space the floor. The game's changed so much. You got to have spacing. You got to have people that can shoot the ball, and you got to be able to put guys in situations where they can make shots. And being a scoring threat like Chase, and I think he's going to be great for us. But off the court, bringing in a West Virginia kid that's got a lot of hype, that's got a lot of potential, I think he'll bring fans, and I think he'll bring excitement to the program.
Seems like Darius Nichols was in your shoes not too long ago. Now he's in Florida. Is that kind of crazy to think about?
No, not if you know Darius. He's always been a leader. He's always been a mentor to me. He's always paid his dues and worked his way up. And there aren't many guys now who have the patience to work their way up. And Darius has done that by starting here at West Virginia, then going to Northern Kentucky, and has really just worked his way up the ladder. So for me, it's an appreciation because that's kind of the situation I'm in. You got to be patient. You got to move. You got to wait your turn. That's something that Darius has done, and I applaud him for that.
It's surprising to see all you guys still involved in basketball with former players that played for Hugs, played for Coach Beeline. I mean, that group, they're at basketball whether they're playing professional or coaching.
No, we love the game. I didn't want to become a coach until I saw Huggins' passion and the way he's able to affect people and how he builds relationships. So we all love the game of basketball, and we had great coaches, and Coach Beeline and Coach Huggins that did it the right way. And seeing two guys do it that way, you want to stay involved as much as you can, whether it's playing or coaching.
When you're coaching, do you ever find yourself saying something that Huggins said to you?
The first 2 years it was all Hugs because I had been with him for 5 years, and then I kind of looked in the mirror and I said, I can't continue to repeat some of these things. I got to go out and get my own identity, and that's something everybody has to do as a coach. You develop philosophies based on who you worked for and who you played for and where you came from. Then you got to go out and get your own. So I definitely do find myself saying I'm trying to get less and less and trying to get kind of more of my own identity and my own philosophies. But yeah, you'll never lose that.
When you do get a chance to see Ebanks and KJ or Truck or all these guys, does it still seem like it was just a couple short years ago that you guys were on the floor together?
Yeah, it seems about as long as it's been. But I think the one thing, our biggest strength was our camaraderie, our relationship, our teamwork, and our friendship. So we pick up right where we left off. We all stay in touch. A lot of us are still in group chats and talking to each other as much as possible. So we pick up right when we left off, as soon as we see each other.